Ladies and gentlemen, once again it is the Mason and Friends Show, featuring that dude called Trey X.
One time for your mind, two time for your soul.
As well as that dude called the Transporter.
Yeah.
As well as that dude called Harvest Blaque live by Zoom.
Back in the building.
And me, I'm Mahoney, your host. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show.
What's happening, y'all? What's good out there today?
What's happening, everybody?
Hey.
Living the dream, man. We got the homie Harvest Blaque on via Zoom.
Yep. What's up, Harvest? What's happening with you, Playboy?
Man, just a little motion today, man. I've been working like non-stop. It's been like a show every weekend. I've been like doing shows, so it's good to just kind of chill. I know I was here heavy at the beginning of the year and kind of took a break off. Now I get to come back and hang out, so that's what's up.
That's what's up. Man. That's what's up.
Hell yeah,
do you have any upcoming shows throughout the year, like already lined up throughout the rest of the month, or?
I'm taking a little bit of a break, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into too much of the personal stuff, but band life is crazy, you know? It's like you sometimes when you're in a band, it's like everybody has their own agendas when you should be working for the greater good. Like,
right.
You know, the quote drumline, it should be one band, one sound, but sometimes some people, they let their, you know, sometimes the ego tripping and it gets the best of them, so we can't get into the work that needs to be done. So, you know, I'm taking I did 2 solo programs. Friday night, we rocked the Topman Museum, and then we did this joint on Saturday. You know, 2 turntables, 1 mic. I had to get back to it, and you know, it felt good.
That's what's up right there.
Hey, you froze up on it. It felt good.
It's all good. He's gonna come back to us.
Yeah, he'll be back.
He'll be back.
To be on my own.
Damn.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit froze up.
Tiny technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. It's the world we live in.
Keep in mind, this is the rickety ship for a reason.
For real, it's funny he's talking about how it's hard to keep a band together because of personal agendas and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah, we all can. Yeah. On the rickety ship.
Yeah, we got personal agenda issues on the rickety ship as well. You were breaking up there, Harvest. We lost track of what you were saying.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't think my internet connection is that great. I mean, I can call back in on the telephone if possible. But yeah, it's just this thing sometimes where you get lost in the sauce.
As soon as he starts getting deep with it.
Yep. As soon as he gets into it.
Automatically.
It's Patrick Swayze fucking with him right now. Patrick Swayze goes. But it does happen. It happens to all groups and things like that, though.
You see it all the time. It's even some of the all-time greats have these kind of issues.
Yeah, I mean, the Beatles didn't get along, you know?
You had...
as well as they could have, anyway.
True.
What was it? Boys to Men, they lost their deep voice brother Mike, you know what I mean, due to money and whatnot.
You can fill in that void.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Is he?
Yeah, he came back. I think he's calling. Looks like it is.
Oh shit! Look at this. Hold on, I might be able to do this.
We're working something out.
We're working something out here.
We're working it out.
Shit.
But all right, so like Boys to Men, they lost Mike. Drew Hill had Cisco, even though Jazz was the better singer.
True.
I like Jazz over fucking Cisco. Cisco was the...
Too much.
I think he wanted to be the mascot of Drew Hill. You know what I mean? He wanted to be the front man.
He looked like the mascot for hair dye.
We're doing some
They're
interesting...
saying that the internet connection's unstable. Maybe I could just call in and would that work?
I don't know. Does it? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear us. And we can hear him.
Yeah.
I can hear him.
He doesn't seem to be echoing.
Nah, it ain't echoing at all.
Not even.
Alrighty then. I guess this will work. We could ghetto fabulous with this Zoom shit because you look fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. They just keep saying that the connection's unstable.
Oh,
so.
it is echo.
I'm gonna mute the
Zoom.
All right, try now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Yeah, go again.
They just gotta. Can you turn
Check it
him
again.
up?
Give me, I think so. Go ahead, Harvest, say something.
Yeah. Well, I was just trying to say, basically, yeah, my screen's freezing up again. But yeah, I was just saying that there's just a lot of complexities as far as trying to keep things moving, and sometimes you want to do the band thing, but like, you know, sometimes you just, it's better sometimes on your own. The 2 turntables and 1 mic, and you have to deal with a whole bunch of personalities.
Yeah, it's just like you and that person. You know.
Yeah,
Back to the
personal
essence. Back to the essence of things.
we can understand that, man. Like, we go through it here, you know. Sometimes people are here, sometimes they're not. You know, it's a up and down roller coaster, but you know, we make it happen.
It's a constant struggle. That's why it's good I named it the Mason and Friends Show, because like usually I can be here.
Well, you
and
have to
I can
be
pull
here.
at least
you know?
one other motherfucker.
Yeah, you need to be here because you're the
Right.
producer of the shit.
It'll end
Yeah.
up being like the Mason Show.
Right. I mean, it can happen. It can happen.
Yeah.
One day it may.
You never know.
Harvest, you still there? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all good, dude. You can talk on the phone. We can work it like this.
I'm sorry. It's just been like one thing after the other. The internet connection right here is just not as good.
No sweat, dude. I'll pull a screenshot off the video I've shot so far. We'll just end this Zoom shit.
Yeah, we can talk to you just like how we doing right now, bro.
Yeah, it's no problem. You still there, right?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah, all right. We go.
Chime in anytime because we got some shit to throw down too,
we
man.
got
Yeah,
quite
you
a
know,
bit
Trey's here, so he's got an agenda on the
Trey,
plate.
yeah, you got
As
something
always,
coming.
I got something to the congregation. Speaking of which, thank you for segueing me into that.
We're all pros
We
at this
all
point,
need
Trey.
we need all the people that are bitching at Cracker Barrel for having plant-based sausage added to their menu to come to the front of the congregation. We must have a discussion.
Now, what do you feel they're mad about, Mr. X here? What are they mad about here? What do you feel that they're mad about?
From what I'm gathering, and this is like from the conservative mindset, they'll get mad over the stupidest or the most trivial things.
I don't know, Trey. I think that goes for both sides of the
It
aisle.
really does, but for the group that calls the other group snowflakes, they're certainly acting like the snowflake here, because how is this, like I read in the comments for this on the Cracker Barrel page, and that is this: why is plant-based sausage being added to any restaurant menu considered woke?
I don't even know if it's considered woke. I think they're just putting it out there. It's more like, you know, we're just trying to add an option. It should be, we're adding options for those that are vegan or vegetarian or whatever the case may be, or pro-plant, I guess is another
Plant-based,
term.
in other words.
Plant-based, whatever. Woke has nothing to do with fucking...
It really doesn't.
They should hit him with the variety is the spice of life commercial.
Yeah.
Like, we got variety. Do you want bacon or fake bacon?
Like, if you don't want this greasy motherfucker that came out of this motherfucking pig over here, we got this motherfucking dry son of a bitch that came from these plants over here.
Right, we
Yeah.
got fake
And
swine
it's-
or
I
real
don't
swine.
necessarily consider it vegan anyway, because I'm quite sure they cook it on the same places as me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Your motherfucking veggie burger is going on the same spot where that fucking Charborough burger was at.
Precisely.
And what gets me is when they do these plant-based things, they add meat flavoring to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
you're adding a chemical to something that shouldn't be added, because that chemical most likely is probably going to harm you just the same.
right.
Right? If
But
you
I
think
don't
about this is just
understand
me thinking, like, okay, you're saying you're going to flavor this plant-based whatever to taste like what you designed it to look like. You know what I mean? Like this one shorty I work with, she was like, oh yeah, we made veggie chicken nuggets. I'm like, well, it's not chicken
How?
nuggets. That's not a chicken nugget if it's a veggie
Well,
chicken.
they're trying to make it taste like real meat, which is just fucking wacky to me. Hey, Harvest, do me a favor.
Yo.
When you're not talking, mute yourself, because you sound like you're walking around or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No problem. Just, production quality, baby.
Yeah.
He got that Stay Puft Marshmallow Man walk going on in the background. You know what I mean?
But like I said, because I was talking, she goes, no, I said, so you're actually having a plant nugget. You're not having a chicken nugget. She goes, no, it's a.
Well, but it's like grease from plants congealed together and flavored like chicken. Like
Basically, yes.
You know,
Whatever it is, it's flavored like
see,
chicken.
but the thing is, if they were making it like, you know, like you make kale chips, right? Where you take kale and you blend it up with a little bit of oil and you put a bunch of spices in it, and you lay it out on a tray and you bake it.
Dehydrate
and
whatever.
And it gets crispy and shit, and it supposedly can be pretty tasty if you blend it with some decent spices,
Kale
right?
chips are not bad. I like them. They're pretty damn good.
But like, that's not what an Impossible Burger actually is, right?
Yeah, Impossible
An Impossible
Burger.
Burger is just hydrogenated oils and shit all sort of clumps together with some fake ass proteins, and they be acting like.
And then they make it into this patty that they put the fake charbroil fucking marks
they put
on.
the marks on it like it was on the grill.
Right.
Which again, that's all chemical shit that they're putting with this. So the same chemical that they're telling you to stay away from with the real meat, they're putting it
It's
right
in
with the
there
plant.
anyway, so it's-
base shit.
Well, they could have actually burned it for real. You know what I mean? Which would be natural, but I don't know. They're probably just painting on the marks.
Who knows what the case is, but I just don't understand like why people are so upset. Like, oh, I'll never eat at Cracker Barrel again, and that and the other. I'm like,
Somebody gotta be mad at something.
you gotta be, but it just
Trey,
makes
you
no
know,
sense.
people always find something to be upset about and not partake with something.
The world
Like,
is
if
full
you're
of
that
grumps.
upset about putting fake meat in your mouth,
Yeah, get over it.
get over your fucking self.
You got real meat
It's
or fake
just
meat.
food. It's,
Put it
no
in your
one is
mouth.
forcing you. No one is forcing you to go vegan. No one is forcing the liberal agenda on you. Please get off the fucking nut. Get off the fucking soapbox and shut the fuck up forever.
Such intolerance.
Then you got old Skeet. I feel
Yeah,
some kind of way for
Skeet,
Skeet.
man. We got to talk
Skeet-
about Skeet. What did I say last week?
Yeah.
I done told you people.
Skeet and Kimmy done got fucking they splitting now.
And Kanye coming in soon.
But hold on, first.
So Kim and Skeet Davidson are no more. Skeet has moved on.
Here's my
like
thing,
I said
though.
he would last week.
But we also said he
Like,
set
how
himself
timely
up.
is that shit? Trey
Surprise,
talks.
surprise.
I'm saying,
No,
like,
we're
exactly
not
my
surprised
point.
at all. Yeah.
I was like, you know, Skeet ain't staying around for this hoe.
But here's the fucking thing, though. The dumbass got her name branded on him. On top of getting branded on, he got 2 other tattoos that support her or are for her in some kind of way. Then he got the tattoo of the kid's initials on his neck. So you're
He can
tagged
get it
with all this
removed.
shit.
He can get something
He's
else
not
tatted
getting
on
it
there.
removed.
Yeah,
He's got
he
the
is.
most-
Okay, tattoos is one thing, but you got branded. You can't do nothing with a brand.
Brand is tough to work
You
with.
see what I'm saying?
You need
Yeah.
a full-on skin
You
graft.
had this motherfucker sizzled into your chest like fucking some Superman shit. Bruh.
But they should have known, like, off rip, though. She's not a real person.
Fuck no. Everybody know that, though. That's the
Come on.
thing.
Exactly.
The whole
Everyone's
It's the
family's
same
fucking
problem with
fake as shit.
J-Lo, man. It's the
People
same.
knew that when Ray J got with her.
Yeah, you could tell by the way her booty cheeks moved.
Shit, they were. No, her booty was real in that video.
It was real.
That was real in that video.
From what I understand, it was real.
And then she got the shit, the BBL. Yeah,
She got the Brazilian butt lift.
all of them dead.
Well, I don't know. They're all kind of funky looking to
What's
me.
her name? Lost hers though. The OJ's daughter lost
Chloe?
hers. Yeah, she lost hers.
Yeah, you see my little thumbnails I made for the
Yeah,
video.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
I made the face and I was like, oh shit, that's a good face. 'Cause I just be digging through. Like, I'm gonna have to start taking pictures of us with the good camera and use those for them because that'll look a lot better. You know, like I'm trying to up the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to change
Trying
the
to do
game.
what you gotta do, but
Pete. All right, so now with Skeet being
of the
split from
picture.
Kim K.
Who's next? That's what the question is.
Who's next
Who is
on the
Skeet
list?
fucking next?
Yeah, because where does he go from Kim K? Because now I guess
you
Hey,
gotta,
look,
go,
it's
you gotta
all-
level down.
That's all
No,
uphill
he's
to
not
me.
gonna level down.
It's all
She
uphill to me.
going back to Ye. They getting back together.
I don't
Ain't gonna
know,
happen,
man.
man.
Because as soon as Ye heard, he probably made a cake, sent some flowers over, went over there, asked could he borrow some sugar. You know what I mean? He walked across the street. Hey, I seen that you left your light on up there. You know, I don't know if you want, I'm trying to help you look out for your electric bill. He came up with some kind of excuse to come over the house. It is my weekend. Oh, no, I forgot it's not my weekend for the kids. And I've seen you, all right. You need a shoulder to cry on. Ye right here. I got my Yeezys.
You think he hit it with the "you need a shoulder to cry on"?
Oh, I'm quite sure he did.
You know,
Look,
he did.
you know, I love you. I love these kids. I'm just trying to come home, work it out.
You know? Look, you want to go out
You
for
know,
breakfast?
it
You
could
know?
be.
Called you miss that Kim K. You know what?
Kim K snatch might just be very special snatch.
I don't know.
It don't seem like it to me, but I ain't,
I don't think there's nothing spectacular
Pete Davidson
about
is
it.
moving on to God only knows what. If he goes to Emma Watson, Mason will have
But
a
no,
shit.
here's my
That's the
thing.
only one that would upset me. That's the only one. Hold on.
But here's
Sorry
my
about
thing.
that. God damn this episode.
So she
Let's be real though. They must be like, honestly, that's God's special people, because I had never seen so many times we thought that the lack of intelligence of this whole family would still be supported by American viewers.
because
And
that's
People
us
like
as a
seeing-
species right
people
now,
like
bro.
seeing train wrecks. If you don't believe me, look at any of the Real Housewives shows. Look at any of the Kardashian episodes. Look at any episode of Survivor or Big Brother or Jersey Shore.
We
any
like
of those
stuff
shows.
that doesn't take good writing. We don't like writing because that's stuff that is thought about. So when it's said, it makes you think about stuff. So we like stuff that is just like, all right, here's a scenario. Now you're in it. What happens? We like, oh, go sing or go dance or.
People don't like a good
Or-
sitcom.
They
People
don't-
don't
see,
want to
here's the
see
thing,
that.
though.
They want to see like reality shows.
With a sitcom, though, you need good writers.
Right, that's what I
you
mean.
need. You don't have good writers
But
right
like
now.
the industry doesn't want to pay for good writers. They want to have people
Yeah.
just do stuff for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad weird, because the thing is, it's like, it's definitely a culture that belongs to people that don't create or have any kind of imagination.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That
yes.
explains why a lot of people.
It just seems like it's just this thing where people want to be on. Like, I try to teach. It's not all my students, but some of my students that I work. When I'm teaching, they already think that, like, yo, I don't really need you. I have TikTok, so
Yeah.
whatever
and
you say, I don't
that's
care.
a double-edged sword there.
Well, it's a distribution network that if you can find a way to make it pop, it can
Then
be
you'll
big
blow
for
up.
you. But
Very few people make it off of
right. It's a very
social media sphere.
populated pool. There's
One
a lot of
particular
people.
person that I've mentioned on the show several times before, that worked for him. That was DC on Fly, because he was all over Vine and Instagram and whatnot, and now look at where he is now.
See, and that's crazy to me because I don't know who the fuck that is. Like, I kind of know who it is, but like,
You would know if you
He's
heard
still,
him.
yeah.
you
He's
said he
still.
was in How High too,
And that
he's,
movie was trash, by the
right?
way.
And that's
He's in Wildin' Out.
That makes me
he's
be
with
like,
He's-
the 85 South Boys.
He's
Chico
like,
Bean.
he's like great value Chris Tucker.
Yeah. Because I think they were talking about how Chris Tucker would come back and play Smokey in a Friday, only if
DC Young Fly was his
Young
son.
Fly would be his son in the movie.
And Chris Tucker really needs to check, because I know you ain't making it off of residuals from Rush Hour.
I mean, Chris Tucker probably smart with his money and did some shit that he should have
Not
done.
really. He did some stupid shit. He owes like millions to the tax man.
well, he didn't go as bad as Wesley Snipes because they haven't locked him up.
True.
That's the only real metric. It's like,
Yeah, don't
how
be
bad
like-
have you fucked up?
Yeah, don't be like Wesley Snipes. Well, actually, in this case, don't be like Wesley Snipes and Mystical.
Didn't
Oh
Mystical
man,
just
Mystical
get
just
popped
get
again
Just got
again.
arrested.
for the same
Again.
shit?
Same shit.
You rapist ass motherfucker.
Raping and detaining the unlawful detainment of a bitch.
Yeah, kidnapping. I
Like,
think
you
is the-
really, you should be like
This is the
not
third
living your
time.
lyrics.
The first time he was arrested for it, got out. Second time,
They locked
said
him up.
they locked him up, but they found out that
He owed
the
he
charges
owed back
weren't vetted. Like they were like, all right, you say this happened, but there was no proof of evidence, so it kind of got dropped. The third one is pending right now. Like he's locked up at the moment.
There's
he's
a lot of
accused,
smoke, man.
but there's a lot of shit.
smoke
I'm
there.
like,
And
come
worse
on,
than that,
man.
isn't, correct me if I'm wrong,
You're
but isn't
fucking
No
Mr.
Limit on
Cow.
the road right now?
There's
Is
no
who?
limit touring.
No, they were last year, and the year before they did the No Limit reunion
Damn,
tour.
I was like, I
then
kind of
they did it
expected
again
like
this
you would
year.
have gone to that.
Yeah, Mike, that was
I
on you,
wanted to,
man.
but I wanted to, but I couldn't go to either one of them because the first time they came around, I didn't have no bread. The second time they came around, I had my kids that weekend, so I didn't go to either one of
So
them.
you couldn't put on all your camo and
See, I
Relive
never
the
was a fan of camo.
Did you? Was that's the era of like camouflage that like didn't make sense coloration wise?
Yeah, they had all
Yeah.
different, the blue, white, black. and then they
The
had
blue,
the
white, and
orange,
black, though,
the
could be
orange,
ice.
gray, and black. Then you had like the purple, white, and black. They had all kinds of different color camo out that year, or when the No Limit era came.
That's when that Ali G movie was made, and he was rocking all the different colors.
But
And
see, I
everybody
never
rocked their camos, and they came out these brightly colored camouflage outfits, and we're trying to
Camo,
sneak through the yard.
To this day, I still don't like camo.
It was
Camo
hysterical
kinda
too.
whack.
It was
Never
whack
did
and
my shit.
hysterical.
But I would have won the No Limit all black and the Mason and Friend show shirt just like this. You know what I mean? I'd have done the same
So you
thing.
know, you see Mike on the tank.
You fucking right. I'd be right up on that motherfucking tank.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
I get my happy ass right up on that bitch.
Go for it, Mike. I
No
fully
limit.
support that shit.
No Limit was my shit. I'm telling you. No Limit, Bone Thugs.
You've mentioned No Limit being your shit
Yeah.
before. That's why I'm like, of course. You're
Yeah.
gonna carry your ass out
But
there.
see, I'm upset with Mystical because I'm like, damn, bro, you don't need to be doing that
just
shit.
got
Like,
out,
you
too.
can't be
not
having
even only
any
that, but I'm like,
expectations
God
from
damn.
Mystical,
Now,
man.
I don't see. Here's the thing: I don't have expectations for people. I expect people to be who the fuck they are. So I'm like, but damn, when you're in a position like these cats and the famous motherfuckers where you are going out here raping motherfuckers or locking motherfuckers up, do you not realize you don't have to do any of that shit?
You really don't. And didn't you not see what happened to R. Kelly?
For real. If R. Kelly is not a telltale sign,
I'm gonna say mystical.
everyone
you
needs
shouldn't
to
have, you shouldn't live
recognize.
the lyrics of "Shake It Ass."
right? Right. Don't be like that.
Anybody gets with you, it's gonna be danger.
Yeah, watch yourself. Now he's going in jail with his dick in his hand.
Again.
Yep, he might leave with a dick in his ass. Be cool.
That's some wild stuff.
Attention, all y'all of the pen right now in the place to be. Watch your ass. Watch yourself
He's talking about he fighting in the woods,
before they show you what they working with.
fighting the bear, help the bear. Now he gonna need somebody to help the bear off of him.
And speaking of coming in with your dick in your hand, I saw this before we started recording. Apparently, somebody in a viral TikTok is saying that don't try to ranch at Wingstop because this person is convinced that they're fucking in the back of Wingstop.
Look, I'm not gonna lie here. I do believe that they're fucking in the back of Wingstop.
See, and the
Why?
question is, why would you stop at Ranch if you have a problem with them fucking at Wingstop?
Because see, ranch you can hide nut in the ranch. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You're
but
busting
you
off in the
can
ranch.
wipe nut off of anything.
Yeah, but you're not. Well,
Especially
yeah.
like
You could
fried
stir
chicken.
it in. You
But
could
you
stir
gonna
it
put
into
some-
the honey
I mean,
mustard.
it could
You
be
can mix it with
anywhere.
the batter. You could throw it in the grease and be a little crumble fritter. You know how you get
It
the
could be in
little
anything.
the crispies off the chicken? It could be some cum crispies right there if it lands in the batter.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it
And
could
I
be
have
in
never
anything.
seen anybody in all the places I've gone to turn down ranch dressing.
Right, well, what if they just thrown it into the fryer? Raw nut up into the fryer.
It's gonna come out as a crispies. It's going into the fucking basket of wings you got
Yeah.
as one of the little extra
It's gonna
crispy
engul-
flakes.
it's gonna
Case in
You got
point, when you go to
motherfuckers,
Long
yeah.
John Silver and you see the Krispies,
You
what do
know
you
how
think that
motherfuckers
is?
eat that chicken and fucking that crispy fall off and then they go down, reach down there and they get that crispy like, you
What do you
might
think
be
it
eating
is?
somebody's little ones
Yeah,
right there.
that's what it is, man. Because that shit fully like melts and saturates into the grease, so
It's baby
everything that
batter.
gets cooked into that grease is nuked in that baby batter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so-
There's no
But
controlling, man.
I do believe that they're fucking in the back of Wingstops because I know cats that worked in fast food restaurants and even fucking restaurants and fucked in them. You know what I mean? Because late night you on the closing staff, ain't nobody
It's a
paying
slow
attention.
night.
You know what I mean? You and the bitch that's in there, y'all been fucking around talking to each other and all this time.
What do you think is happening in the
Hey
world?
girl, look at this. You know, you hit him with some Ric Flair helicopter action where you with your dick out, flinging that motherfucker around.
Yeah, and yep. And
You know what I mean?
Speaking of Ric Flair, he did have his last fight last week.
Yep, shout out Ric Flair.
Give
Or
him
at
that,
least that's
man.
what I like to think it is.
He got himself cut up and everything, man.
The same shit he's always done. I
Gangster.
don't even think he got himself cut up this time. I think he actually used the fake shit this go around, like the little towels they have. He ain't go old school because the skin don't heal like it used to.
You think he just splattered himself up with a bloody towel?
Yeah, just a little. No, not a towel. Just a little tablet. They crack on their heads. They have them in the hand. They crack it on the head. Boom, blood come out.
Oh, a tablet.
Yeah, one of those. I mean,
He didn't
Mike,
cut
you and
himself.
your diction sometimes. I swear to God.
or he might have got cut for real. Or he might have got
Nah,
cut
he
for
didn't
real.
get cut for real. I think his skin and stuff. All that cocaine, his skin stuff is fucked.
Then again, that's probably the reason why he did the match in the first
Cocaine and
place.
Hey,
sun.
Harvest, you think that Ric Flair was as cocained up as my man Mike seems to
Yes.
think he was? Harvest.
Yo,
Do you think that my man Mike is correct in the level of cocaine that he believes Ric Flair to have ingested?
how much did he say?
He's still taking cocaine. He's been on cocaine since cocaine was cocaine.
Yo, man, like that's probably real. But what I will say, is it made him better.
He's got you there.
Like,
He's got you there.
Yo, when you're a kid though, like that type of intensity, that's all you live for.
Yeah,
watching him, it was like his swagger alone, like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether he was high or not, but when I was a child, I
He
was
was
like,
fucked up all the
He
time.
was just wild, even back then.
The liquor don't make you get that hype. Cocaine though, cocaine gets you right.
He had, I saw him, he was talking about getting tickets, and he was like, man, I had like tickets, like hundreds of them. He goes, and then in like the early 80s, they got the connected system where they were like, oh, you got a ticket here and you got a ticket there? That's a real problem. He's like, before that, man, we were riding around with like 70, 80 tickets. He's like, I'd get 2 a night. He just didn't care.
As an adult, like I sat and I was supposed to be working at my desk. Like I legit watched a whole hour of just Ric Flair, his greatest commentary moments, and like some of the stuff that he would say, it was like now as an adult, you're like, oh yeah, he was hot up, you know.
Oh, he had to have been.
But as a child, it was like, yo, it's the greatest. This is the greatest.
But as a
stuff
kid,
ever,
when you're
like,
watching, as a kid, taking it back to that era, when you're watching people like Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes and Macho Man Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan and so many others to name, you kind of wonder, like, who's on drugs and who isn't.
They were all on drugs. All of them.
Yeah,
They were all on
it
something.
certainly appears that there's a lot of drug
Because
use
fucking
going on.
now that A&E got this thing out where they're doing the bios of fucking
All these
bunch of them.
wrestlers.
Like I think Lex Luger's is the next one that's coming up, and that motherfucker was all ate the fuck up.
He
They
looks
were
a mess.
functional though.
They were functional cokeheads. They could drink,
Yeah,
get fucked
they
up
get it.
every fucking night, snort a couple lines before they hit the ring, bust their ass, get fucked up. They had to though, because you gotta think, you doing that every other night, jumping and fucking landing on shit. Cocaine gonna get you right. Drinking gonna numb your body up enough to fucking make you function, where you ain't gonna
Yeah.
get bruised up as bad.
Hell, a lot of singers did a lot of
That
cocaine.
reminds me of a funny story. Like yesterday, actually, Arn Anderson is in Roanoke right now.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so
What is he doing down there?
Well, we're having Roanoke Comic Con, and it's been Big Lit Comic Con all weekend. And so I met Hillary Banks yesterday.
Yo, I saw that shit on your Instagram, man.
Yeah, man. It was legit.
Hell yeah. I mean, shit.
Uncle
She had
Phil wasn't there
that,
to
she had
talk
that
shit?
arm around you kind of tight. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn, I
yeah.
want to be that motherfucker right now.
Uncle Phil gonna come.
Yeah.
Uncle Phil gonna come out the woodwork and throw you out the house.
Say that again?
Uncle Phil gonna come out the woodwork and throw you up out the house like Jazz.
Yo, Mace, what'd he say? I couldn't hear him.
Oh, he said Uncle Phil gonna come back and throw you out the house like Jazz.
I still hear you.
Yo, can you hear me?
Mason, I can hear you.
You can hear me.
Yeah.
Well, goddamn, this is wacky as shit. Trey says
Yeah.
that Uncle Phil gonna come throw your ass about the house if you're not careful. You can't hear me? No, neither.
Yeah.
You
I
can't hear
tell
me?
you what. We're gonna have to try this again when I get a clear connection.
Damn, man. We need a hard line. You need to get a hard line phone.
It's all good though, bro. It is all good.
It
Yeah,
is,
well,
man.
you know, we can, I guess we're gonna have to cut this short then, Harvest.
Yeah. Y'all stay up, and I'll be in touch with y'all very soon.
All right,
No
bro.
doubt, man.
Easy
Be
on
easy
me.
on me.
All right, yeah.
But yo, that Comic-Con shit, man, is some interesting shit. I'd actually want to do one of those. Think it'd be interesting. Remember when we went up to the city that one time, Mace, and we saw them people dressed up in costumes and shit. They were having a Comic-Con up there.
Yeah, it was the Asian thing. There's like an anime.
The anime joint,
anime.
but that's Comic-Con is
Anime.
full of anime cats, man. I'm telling you.
There's a lot of those kind of cats around when those kind of things come around.
Like, matter of fact, fucking
They take over an entire
Red
city.
Ivan, he
he
just did one. Yeah, I seen on his Instagram, man.
I think they were in like Fredericksburg or some shit.
Yeah, they were close. They were actually like one
Something or
local
another, you
joint.
see it like pop up every so often.
Yeah.
But like that shit right there, like I love I like some anime and shit, man. My homegirl, her nephew, he is really big into it, and my cousin is the one that turned me on to this shit, cause I like my kung fu shit. You know what I mean? I love the fucking old school shit, the shit now, all that shit. So she was like, "Oh, if you fuck with this, you probably fuck with this shit right here. Check out this anime joint." She turned me on to. I can't remember, like Hunter by Hunt something. I watched that joint, then I just started diving into the rest of them. Like, you know how Netflix will be like, well, since you watched this, check out this. Ran into some shit called Baki. That shit was just fucking mad tight. I'm like, all right, so I done got into this shit, man. It's actually, because I always like that. Plus, Boondocks, Afro Samurai, they kind of lead you into some shit. They got this kind of feel to it sometimes.
Yeah, they touch on that shit.
Afro Samurai is still my dude all the way, That motherfucker was on point. The lemonade drinking, weed smoking fucking samurai. Only be one.
That sounds
I'm
like
the number one.
That sounds like an uncle at a cookout.
It sounds like a great uncle.
It really does.
Right there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I haven't watched Afro Samurai, but it's one that I've always
You've
been
never
like,
seen
I
Afro
should watch
Samurai?
that. Yeah, I've seen a
I
lot
think
of
I've
Boondocks,
seen one episode.
but I've
No,
never seen
Afro Samurai is a movie. Or well, I guess it was,
thought
a,
it was a
series.
series.
I guess it was a series, but I got it on like DVD back in the day, and just watched it all the way through. There's two of them.
Well, that's one of the ones that I always feel like I remember seeing it when I was younger and being like, yo, I want to watch that, and pursuing it, and then not being able to see it, and then never having pursued to see it again.
I was like,
it's probably something I could watch, but I just don't watch shit like I used to. I'm making these videos all the goddamn time. I'm gonna get into this shit, man. I'm trying to tell you.
I think I was in my maybe early, probably just turning 20, 19, 18, something like that. Man, getting fucked up. Because I was working at night, so I had to be around between 18 and 22. Fucking come home and be gassed up and watch me some Afro Samurai. I'd be fucked up like, yo, this motherfucker's a bad son of a bitch right here.
There were some good shows back in the day to come home to get baked and watch that shit.
Who are you telling? Even some of them are retarded shows like Cow and Chicken. Like
nonsense, man.
Fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah, Aqua Teen.
You know what I mean?
Aqua Teen Hunger Force was good.
I take that back. That was actually pretty good.
That was pretty good.
That shit was tight, man. Fucking, we started off with Beavis and Butthead. Them two ignorant motherfuckers right there. I mean, kind of set us up for some shit.
Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy really opened up the door. Ren and Stimpy, I forgot about them two motherfuckers. You fucking idiot.
It's the furthest back I can think of something that was truly irreverent.
It was really like crossing the line at Nickelodeon.
It was seriously irreverent.
How it even made it to Nickelodeon is still beyond me to this day.
Oh, look at my nose goblins.
Yeah.
Don't whiz on the electric fence.
When they would do the the graphic, intense close-up shots of grotesque things.
Yep.
It was
like
clear as day shit.
Yeah, you're like,
pimples on the ass.
That's really nasty.
You never get away with that today, but
oh yeah, people would have a fucking fit, man.
Oh please, Nickelodeon would be shut down.
The way people have fits over all kinds of shit now.
Well, if this shit ever gets big, man, I've been putting some pretty controversial things into these videos, man. I don't give a fuck.
Fuck it.
I don't care.
If we get sued, we get sued.
None of that shit
is, I imagine YouTube would be like, you need to blur that out, like it was some sort of Chinese fucking repression or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
no, then again, some of the things I've said will immediately get us in trouble.
Hell, fucking all of us, especially the unit. Shit.
Yeah.
Especially him.
But a good majority of the shit the unit spews out every once in a while. Like fucking me and my homie, we was talking the other day. Matter of fact, this was last night we was talking about that bitch, the girl that's locked up in Russia that got 9 years.
Oh my God, Brittany Griner.
Yeah, and all these
how mad
fit.
Please say your piece. I have so much to say.
The shit that aggravates me, and it probably the same thing that you're probably going to say, is because
that's why I'm going to let you say it.
She's over there, right? She's locked up because she's in a foreign country.
She went to a foreign country where she knew what the law was.
And if you ever go out of the country, here's a PSA for y'all motherfuckers here. If you
anybody that
ever
travels
go
out
out
the
of the country,
Pay attention to what the
understand the
laws are, where
laws
you're
in the
going.
country of where you're going. Because if you have marijuana on your persons, chances are, in most countries, it is not fucking legal where you're going. And if you're over there, you gotta understand there's a consequence of you getting caught with the shit on you. Okay? Now, once you learn that law, are you willing to take that time that you would get for the substance that you have? Think about that before you go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Number two, this is what burns me the fuck up over here with this shit.
I know what it is.
All these motherfuckers are talking about free her, bring her home, free her. It's fucked up. What the fuck about the motherfuckers over here? We got motherfuckers right now locked up.
That's fucked up right there.
Fucking right now that what is it, 18 or 27 countries right now, or states legalized the shit and still got motherfuckers locked up for the same shit?
Exactly, because also
I still have this shit on my motherfucking record because back when I ended up with the shit, I gotta wait for somebody to pass the MORE Act to say, hey, you can get your shit expunged without having to pay all this fucking money to a motherfucker that can say yay or nay. So I'm paying money. Nah, fuck that. Go ahead, expunge the shit. It's legal in Virginia. Hey, what the fuck is the problem? Nah, y'all wanna try all this shit about fucking free her?
But then keep in mind of this. In 1994, Joe Biden supported the crime bill that Bill Clinton signed, which
we all
would
know
more
this
black
shit.
and
He didn't
brown.
just support that shit. He wrote that
He wrote
motherfucker,
it. He was
dude.
part of it.
He wrote that motherfucker.
Yeah, but getting back to what I was saying here, it increased the number of black and brown people, particularly black men, in prison. Look at this, there was a poll done by the Sentencing Council. In 1991, 25% of black men between the ages of 18 and 24 were in prison. Most of them were nonviolent drug offenses. That number jumped to 32% by 1995. Also keep in mind, this is post-war on drugs. You know what happened to the war on drugs? It sent more black people and more brown people to prison.
And you know what they were doing? They were doing extensive sentences for people that had crack cocaine versus powder
there are
cocaine.
people still in prison now that have been in there since the late 80s.
Yeah. So we got major problems in our own country about people being locked up for drugs.
Yeah.
Nobody anywhere in the world should be locked up for marijuana, straight up. And
Especially
I get it.
now.
I get it, but like, I don't think it's a good trade. Here's a arms dealer.
The arms dealer, and there's another motherfucker too. Like, all right, a basketball
I
player
can't support
for
that
arms
level.
dealer.
It's ridiculous, man. It's
And I think it was an arms
ridiculous.
dealer and a spy or some shit. So you want to release those two motherfuckers for the basketball player? Well,
And some other dude.
Well, she wasn't playing basketball over here to begin with anyway.
Well, she's on the team.
She's on the team.
There's
but
a
she was
WNBA
playing,
team that she would have been playing on this season if she hadn't been doing all
But
this legal
still,
shit.
I've been out the country numerous times,
See,
ladies and
and that's the
gentlemen.
thing that really pisses me off. You know why I've never gone to Russia? Because I can't get marijuana there. I don't want to go to Russia if I
And
can't get
this
marijuana there.
after this episode, we'll probably be banned from there anyway.
Quite
I'm
possibly.
quite sure. Hell, we're probably banned in China too. Fuck
And
'em.
Ukraine. There's a lot of places that
We
don't want to
can't
hear
talk
us.
We'll
shit
probably
like we
get like
talk
restraining
anywhere.
orders from different celebrities.
That would
At
be
least
nice.
me.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if China sanctioned me, like they did Nancy Pelosi. Like, you're big shit when you personally and your family have been sanctioned by China.
None of your motherfucking relatives can come over this
What
motherfucker.
kind of money do you have going in your system that
Exactly.
China fucking gave?
Exactly.
Like, China is giving you sanctions.
That was the
Like,
other thing.
They're like, America, it's all good.
It's all-
but Nancy
but this
Pelosi,
bitch-
you fucking
And
cunt.
those motherfuckers that came from her, that her bloodline, y'all motherfuckers ain't welcomed over here. So her and her bloodline, fuck all y'all. America, you good. Like, fuck you, fuck
now.
you, fuck
For
you.
now.
You're cool.
Yeah, for now.
But
We
see,
got a big problem brewing on our hands
But the
worldwide,
shit
baby.
always gets me is that,
crazy.
motherfuckers bitch and bitch and bitch about fucking all
Every
this
little
different
thing,
stuff.
man.
But we are trying to make deals with these countries that we don't really like at all, morale wise. But we're just as fucked up.
I overheard something that
Yeah,
Boozy
in
was
a
saying
lot of
about
ways.
that, and of all people to speak on it, Boozy kind of sort of had a point. He said, had it been Taylor Swift over there would have been a peace treaty right then.
I don't know if I can agree with that.
I don't know if I can
If
agree
she
with
did
that.
the same thing, I don't think it would have gone well for her
It wouldn't have
either.
gone well for her
Because
either.
I think
with the circumstances of right now with Ukraine, it probably would have went the same way.
I don't think it would have been.
I highly doubt it.
I don't think it would have been
highly doubt it.
any different. I don't think anything different would have happened, no matter what American went over there and did that.
Had we not,
if Robert Downey Jr. went over there and did that, nobody would have gave a fuck. You know what I mean?
Robert Downey,
people would have cared.
Man now.
People would have cared.
Yeah.
But it would have been the same result. Whoever would have got whatever because they were
Robert
someone.
Downey Jr. 30 years ago, yes. Today, no.
But they would have got something because of who they are and what they represent to Russia and to America. Having an American that is anybody bigger than just some guy, like that is the prize for them when they get them and lock that person up.
Yeah.
Be them a basketball player that's a lesbian, or be them a Swedish skier if that person's big time. I don't know, because they're against like everybody right now. When all these NATO countries and shit, like they're gonna play any NATO country
see,
like
that's what I'm saying. Had we not had Ukraine, none of that shit started happening, and she got caught with the shit, it wouldn't have been no big deal. Nobody would have heard anything about her.
But because of what's
it would have been a fine,
on.
some shit, boom, you're home. You know what I mean? That's what I would think. But now because of all the shit that happened, like, and this other thing that got me. Okay, so people are upset because they're like, oh, Russia got her locked up because she had 0.7 grams of.
But she might have been targeted because she's a lesbian.
That is another thing too. They don't like that shit.
Homosexuality.
That's
the other thing. You know, there's a lot of shit.
Even more so than Jamaica.
And then on top of that, like I go back to remember
Jamaica is very homophobic. It is documented.
Remember what you call it? The dude that got beat for fucking littering in Singapore.
This was like well over 30 years ago.
No, that wasn't he doing graffiti and they beat him with a cane.
And then they caned him. Yeah. And motherfuckers was having an uproar. Like, I don't believe they're gonna beat him. That's their fucking law.
Exactly.
The dude went over there and was being a douche. So guess what happened? Hey, you're about to get your ass whipped in the middle of fucking town.
You know
in
what?
Pakistan, they still cut hands off of people who steal.
Well, that's the thing. Part of what we need to do as a country is have good laws and actually enforce them. Like, make the laws reasonable and then enforce those laws.
And then you got to understand, if you go out the country, the laws that you know here are not the same anywhere else.
That's right.
But here.
Yep.
Got to remember that, ladies and gentlemen.
Every bit of the law before you leave the country.
Because every time I've done that, every time I've left, I've always read up on the law over there. Okay, if I'm doing this, what time am I looking at? Could I do the time over there? If I were caught with this shit, is it worth it? If not, fucking I'm not doing it. If okay, fucking cool. If I know I can get over there, get what I need, do what I want to do, cool. Fuck it, I'm gonna keep everything low key. I'm not going out here partying like a dumbass teen. You know what I mean? I'm planning this shit out.
Well, you gotta pay attention to what the fuck can happen.
You have to. Because all the shit I've seen on Locked Up Abroad, shit. You do not want to be locked up in a jail overseas. You do not want to be locked up in a jail outside of the U.S. Even though we got fucked up shit here, over in other countries, they real jails.
They're even worse.
They jail. These motherfuckers is prisons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not
scary.
jails. You're not getting locked up in a jail. You're locked up in a prison.
You ever see Midnight Express? It's from like the late 70s.
No.
It's about a guy that gets locked up in Turkey, I think it is, for having like an ounce of hashish that he's trying to smuggle back to America, or key or something like that.
Yeah.
And they lock his ass up in this fucking jail, man, and it's a fucking prison, bro. It's fucking nightmare, dude. Like there's
where the inmates run shit.
The inmates have this whole subculture like going on in there, and you know there's people that are just barely hanging on to their sanity, and they go and they walk around this post in a certain direction every day.
Yeah.
And at one point in the movie, the guy starts walking the opposite direction, and everybody's grabbing him like, "What are you doing?" And it's just nuts. And finally, you know, spoiler alert, the guy gets away. But it's like one of those things that like has been referenced many times, like you know the titty on the glass.
Yeah.
Check
That's
it.
where it was from?
Yeah, Midnight Express, baby.
The titty on the glass.
Titty on the glass. Like it's dark, man. It's a dark movie, man. There's some really dark shit out there.
But don't get me wrong. Yes, free Britney, whatever.
For real.
I do support Let Her Go because 9 years is a lot for fucking little fucking vial.
It's terrible, dude. It's fucking awful.
But at the same time, what about the shit over here? If you can pull that off and get her home, then you should be able to handle the business here with no fucking problem.
Look, when I get elected president, I am releasing every non-violent marijuana and any other non-violent drug offender from every jail or prison in this country by executive order Day one.
And see, that's the problem because then those motherfucking funded prisons, they gotta figure out how the fuck we gonna fill these motherfuckers
See,
back
you know
up.
what I figured out?
then guess what?
We gotta ban lobbyists. Okay,
Yep,
so you
absolutely.
ban lobbyists.
Off the bat.
Then the private prisons can be private because they can't have lobbyists.
Yeah.
So then that's no big deal. You solve that problem right there. Then you know what you do? You ban medical, pharmaceutical advertising from television, and print magazines, and that will destroy 24-hour news media. That is the way to make things better. Because if you watch 24-hour news media, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, whatever, guess what? This advertised on that bitch all day long.
Everything is brought to you by
Pharmaceutical
Pfizer.
stuff. It's all some sort of Pfizer shit.
Yeah, it's all brought to you by Pfizer. I've been noticing that shit. I'm like, yo,
Pfizer
made this one
You gotta take away their ability to have the influence.
Like, fuck, we got monkeypox now, ladies and gentlemen. What the fuck? Now monkeypox has been the big thing now. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, this shit getting nuts now. Like, now, we gotta make the vaccine for monkeypox. It's coming. But we're only gonna
the only
make
thing
sure.
I've been seeing on the news, and this is the story that I brought to the front of the congregation, came from the Today Show. And it was also in the Washington Post. I'm like, y'all getting wild over this and the other? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? This is why I need to be on television. Because I'll at least tell you what time it is.
Hey man, we're working on it, you know. We need better lighting to be actually on TV, but we're getting there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we're gonna have to bring this episode of the Mason and Friends show to a close.
y'all.
I'd like to thank you so much for listening. I'd like to encourage you to be nice.
Holding it down for us throughout the episode.
Yeah, amen. Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit out a couple of them loud blasts there.
It's all good.
But be nice to people that look like you. Be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick.
Little bits by little bits, ladies and gentlemen. Keep moving forward.
Invest in your mental wealth. If you can, go to therapy and protect your energy.
Damn right. And remember to keep grinding on the shit you're trying to get done, because that's how shit gets done.
We believe in you.
That's right. We love you very much.
Yes, we do.
And peace be with you.
Gone.
We out of here.
Project, baby. Section 8, favorite 5. Got it deep in my body. Southside till I die.